Hello and welcome to our channel, Tech Expert Tutorials. In this video, we are going to teach you how to use the Black application to easily help make the formatting in your Python code more consistent and readable. You can concentrate on writing your code and reformat when you are finished. This will save you time and will ensure the formatting style in your code is more consistent. You may ask yourself, why should I worry about formatting? How can I make this easier? Well, there are several reasons. Here are just a few. Your code will be more readable. Formatting your code will help you read your code efficiently. It looks more organized, and when someone else looks at your code, they will be more impressed. Helpful when you are sharing code with colleagues. Formatting your code becomes more important when you are working in a team. Several people will likely be working on the same software project, and code you write must be understood by your teammates. Otherwise, it becomes harder to work together. Fixing bugs will be easier. Badly formatted code can make it more difficult to spot bugs or even to work on a program. Many Python developers already use PyLint and Flake8, but these applications only find issues. PyLint is a tool that checks for errors. It tries to enforce a coding standard and looks for something called code smells. It can also look for certain types of errors. It can also recommend suggestions for refactoring. Flake8 is a great tool for checking your code base against a particular coding style, named PEP8. Including programming errors such as library imported but unused, undefined name, and code which is not indented properly. These are great tools, but they only report the problems they find in the code and leave the burden to you, the Python developer, to fix them. To run the Black Auto Formatter application, you need to install it first. We will use Conda to install this, but you can also use pip. We like to use the CondaForge package channel using the -C switch. This can take a few minutes to resolve and run the needed dependencies. Conda and pip are good for finding these dependencies and installing them, so you don't have to figure this out yourself. In our case, we need 3 packages and an update on 3 more. Type in Y to continue. Once this is finished installing, we like to verify the package is installed. It installed version 24.8.0. which should be the most recent version. This can depend on the version of other dependencies and what versions are compatible. You can run Black on the command line or as a module in Python. We will show you both methods. Here is the Python code we are going to test. It has some funky formatting in it, so Black should have some changes to make. Black won't change the function of your code, only the way it looks. We have a function, a list, and a dictionary in this example. We will want to run this command several times with different options, but Black will overwrite the original file, so we copy this code over to a separate file to save the misformatted code to be used again. First, we run this as an application. Here is a comparison between the original code and the reformatted code. The newly formatted code is on the left. You can see a few blank lines were added under the import statement and between functions. Also, the word wrapping has changed. The default line length is around 88 characters. You can change this setting. We will show you an example of this later. The list was put on one line as it fits in the 88 character limit. For dictionaries, the items are listed 1 per line, which is easier to read and detect the size of the data. Now we copy the old badly formatted code back to our file and run this as a Python module instead of as an application. The changes made are identical to the previous run. Now we run using the line length command line switch to allow the file to have a maximum 132 character width. This time the function and the dictionary definitions are all on one line since it fits under the maximum width limit we set. You can also automate this process in a few ways. One is to add a hook to your repo so this command runs every time you commit your code. You will need to add some code to your repo in a file named .precommitconfig.yaml. You can find the code to add in the automation commands.txt file in our repo listed in the description below. Then run the pre-commit install command. That's all it takes for this option. The other option uses GitHub actions that will trigger with a PR or push request. You just need to add a file named github/workflows/black.yaml to your repo with code that we have also included in this repo. Next time you try to write some Python code, try this out and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching our video. Comments and suggestions are appreciated. See you next time.